Okay, this is my 2007 GX470. I'm actually gonna be changing out the valve cover gaskets. I already got the top portion off. It shouldn't be too bad of a deal. It's just a matter of getting everything off out of the way and a good place where I can actually. Okay, so I got the air filter out of the way. All that, just moved all of that out of the way. Plugs are off. I'm a little worried about this hard line because I don't know if that's going to give me enough space to get the valve cover gasket off. I might have to loosen up the dipstick. And this side's a lot easier than the other side, so we'll see. But I'll just keep plugging away at it. Okay, so valve cover's off. I did loosen up this oil dipstick. I didn't take it out all the way. I was able to actually get it off pretty easily with it just loosened, but I might have to take it off to put the gasket back on. And take a look at this. This is definitely not good anymore. First of all, it's hard. And then you can see it cracking right there. Even just a little pressure, that's cracked. So definitely a good time to replacing these. So, little update. We finished the passenger side. The reason why it kind of cuts out is because I installed the spark plug tube gaskets wrong. Tried to fix it, tore all of them, and I had to buy new ones. So that was fun. I don't think I've ever been more mad at myself in my life. And for a spark plug tube gasket, like the easiest freaking thing. Anyways, so we're back at it. I've got a new set of gaskets. Luckily, it wasn't too expensive. And we're gonna work on the driver's side. And the driver's side is probably the worst side. You can kind of see how wet it is down there. It's not too wet since we've kind of, we haven't driven it in like a couple of days. So it's a little bit more dry, but there's definitely some leaking. So we'll get started. Probably gonna have to take off just a bunch of these brackets that hold this stuff together since all the wires are in the way. And then we're definitely gonna take off all the spark plugs, spark plug wires, and just try to move some of this stuff to get it out of our way. Okay, spark plugs are unplugged. I just got to take the coil packs out. We're gonna remove this intake hose. There's just a little clamp on this side and then kind of one down here, but honestly, if I just take this one off, I shouldn't have to, but we'll see. And then this wire harness is kind of in my way. And I'm debating about whether to take it off or not. We'll see. Okay, so we have the vacuum line off, or air line, whatever you want to call it. Spark plug tubes are out, and we've hit the 9 bolts in total all throughout there, and it's loose now. So now we just have to snake it through these wires and get it out. Let's see if we can do that. Try not to break any of these lines. Oh, come on now. Stuck on this thing. All right, I'm gonna have to get both hands for this. Okay, so valve cover's off. Gasket is still on there. Let's see how bad it is. Damn, that thing is hard. Let's see if it'll crack. Right here, it definitely will. Actually, I mean, it's definitely stiff, so it definitely needs to be changed. It was leaking on the bottom portion right here quite a bit more. Oh yeah. Damn, let me see if I can flip this into the light. Oh yeah. That's be cracking. Damn. All right, well, good thing we're changing it. It doesn't look too bad in here. There's some deposits right here. But other than that, nothing too crazy. So we'll get this off, clean off the gasket surface, and then take out the plugs in the back, which I'll show you where those are. So they're kind of a pain to get to. And I try not to damage the edge, but let's see. You can kind of see where the RTV is. Right there, my finger's pointing. So you can just get like some pliers and kind of just wiggle it side to side and get those off. I'm gonna try to do that without getting too much in the inside and getting it all dirty. So we'll see. Okay, so I've started taking off some of the spark tube gaskets. You can see these were actually worse than the other side. They're already starting to crack. So I just broke off this kind of inner ring, and then I'm going to kind of go from the other side and kind of just like pry it out. So it's kind of hard to do with one hand, so I'll probably just cut it right here and then show you when I'm done. Okay, just to give you an idea of how I'm getting these out. So to get the inner ring, honestly, all you can do is just go from the other side and just kind of poke it through, and it shouldn't damage anything. These are all brittle anyways, or you can kind of just get on from the inside and kind of just crack your way along them. Take that out once that's out. To get this inner part out, it's kind of just a game of back and forth. So, oh damn, come on, focus. You can see on the inner lip right there, what you want to do is kind of just get your screwdriver or just a prying tool, and then kind of just make yourself some space by going back and forth, like twisting the screwdriver almost. And then eventually you'll get to a point where you made yourself some space. At that point, kind of get your screwdriver from this side. Damn, how am I gonna do this with y'all? You grab your screwdriver from the other side, and then you kind of just, damn, I'm not gonna be able to show you, but you just go and you just keep prying. Maybe this will work. Just being gentle. And eventually, you'll kind of get it out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use two hands, but you get the point. Okay, so old spark plug tube gaskets are out. New ones are gonna go in. What I did previously was I installed the gaskets like this, because I was thinking, okay, the spark plug tube goes in and creates a seal with this. No, if you do that, you're gonna screw yourself over. What these do is they sit over these tubes. So it just, oh, damn, that's bad. Right here. So they go over this. So if you go downside, it sits like that and creates a seal. If I had done it my way, when I did it my way, I was having a hard time putting the valve cover gasket on, or valve cover on. I'm like, well, damn, why? It's because it was hitting right here, as opposed to flipping it around. It gets a, its tapered end, so it sits on there well and creates a seal. Y'all probably already knew that if y'all are doing this job. I didn't. I'm a dumbass. Let's just install these. Okay, I put the plugs back on, and I put some of the Toyota ceiling packing FIPG. I put it on both plugs, so you can see them right there in that kind of bottom section. And then you also want to put them on the very corners of the gasket towards, damn, I cannot get a view in there, towards like the flywheel. You can kind of see where I put it, right back there, and then right there in that little corner, okay? Just because it's a sharp little curve, so sometimes the gasket won't seat all the way. The tube gaskets are in. Yeah, focus. And then we bent the tabs over. There's 4 on each side. And now I'm gonna try to wrestle this in there without messing with the gasket. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I probably should have done this earlier, but you're gonna wanna get the bolts that go on the valve cover and change out these little gaskets. Some kits come with them, I think most do. But, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, there we go. It's kind of a pain, but if you get like just some channel locks or just a regular pair of pliers, hold on to these and then just grab your 10 mil drill. You unscrew it, this should come off pretty easily. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do. So it just takes a little bit. Okay, so all the new ones are on. As far as tightening this all down, every video I've seen, and even my valve cover gasket, these bolts were not tight at all. I mean, we're talking like I probably could have undone it with my hand. And there's some kind of mixed reviews about the torque spec. I'm just gonna do it like very lightly hand tight and then just kind of spread out the load, or kind of go in a star pattern best I can to kind of distribute the weight, the load on the valve cover gasket, or valve cover, I guess. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't see the harm in it. Like I said, whenever I took it off, it wasn't very tight, so hopefully it doesn't leak on me. We'll see. Okay guys, everything's buttoned backed up. We tightened the valve cover bolts, and everything looks to be in working order. I'm gonna leave off the engine cover just to make sure that I can get to it a little bit easier if I do start noticing it leaking. But not too hard of a job, just, you know, follow the steps, don't install things backwards like I did, and you should be good. Obviously don't remember to not tighten the bolts too tight. And I don't know, man, I'm noticing a lot of gunk back here. I'm hoping it's just from the valve cover, but who knows? Another video might be coming out soon and fixing something else, who knows? But it's been pretty reliable so far, so I can't complain. Yeah, if I did anything wrong, let me know. If you have any questions, also let me know. And thanks for watching. It's not much of a tutorial, but struggle along with me. We got it done, and hopefully it works. We'll see.